Hi, I'm Larry Becker, and this time I'm going to share 12 gadgets that are great for any photographer you know and love. Whether it's a holiday gift or a birthday surprise, you don't have to buy that photographer in your life a new camera just to make them happy. Here are 12 great gifts that just about any shutterbug will love. Let's start off with one of my favorite little gadgets, and this one's something that I always have in my camera bag. It's called a hood loupe, and it's from the folks at Hoodman. If you're a DSLR shooter and you're shooting in direct sunshine, the LCD is pretty hard to see for reviewing your images. The hood loupe cures that problem by providing you a complete LCD screen shade. And there's even a diopter adjustment so that you can focus it perfectly to your vision. Just about every single time I use mine, a fellow photographer will ask me about it and then borrow it, and then they run out and get their own. Now the second gadget is from the same company, and it's called a cinema strap. Since it would be awkward to hold the hood loupe in place all the time, you can just use a cinema strap to hold it in place for you. Now you can see and shoot and review in the brightest sunshine. And if you shoot DSLR video, you know that the optical viewfinder doesn't work in video mode, so a hood loupe and a cinema strap fixes the problem for you. Lenses can be expensive, and some can even cost far more than the camera you're using them on. While a lens hood and a lens cap each provide some protection, I'm in the habit of adding a UV filter to each of my lenses for just a little more front lens element protection from dust, fingerprints, and the environment in general. This B+W 58mm UV filter is a perfect example. Just make sure that the filter that you buy is the right one for your lens. For example, my Nikon 18-200mm zoom needs a 72mm filter. Speaking of my 18-200 lens, it's a great lens, but it has a little problem behavior if I'm ever shooting straight down. It's called zoom creep, and it means that gravity can cause the lens to zoom whether or not you want it to. The folks at Lensband have come up with a fashion accessory that fixes the problem. Ironically, it's called a Lensband. You just strap it to your lens and it stops the zoom dial from spinning, but it's not so tight that you can't move it if you want to. The UV filter we just talked about won't really influence any of the characteristics of your images, like the color or quality of light. But there are times when you want to really cut the amount of light coming into your camera so that you can take longer exposures. You know those silky pictures of running water? You take those by leaving your shutter open for as long as possible so the moving water blurs while the rest of the image stays tack sharp. But when it's sunny out, leaving the shutter open for a long time will overexpose and ruin the image. That's where a neutral density filter kit, like this Tiffen Digital HT Neutral Density Kit, comes in. It lets you add one of several filters that block light so that you can leave your shutter open longer and get that silky water effect. For DSLR shooters, one of the little annoyances we deal with is how the camera hangs when it's on a strap around our neck or shoulder. It kind of sticks out at an awkward angle because of the two camera strap connection points on top of the camera. Now, this little gadget is called a camera strap buddy, and it screws into your camera's tripod mount and it adds a different strap connection point. Now your camera can hang more naturally. If the photographer in your life shoots architecture or landscapes, they'll benefit from knowing when their camera is perfectly level. Just snap this Jobu target style bubble level in your camera's hot shoe and you can tell when the camera's lined up with the horizon. But what if you want to know when your camera is level in landscape or in portrait mode? This LensCoat brand 2 bubble level is the answer to that puzzle because it has one bubble for vertical and one for horizontal camera positions. I have a lens hood for all my lenses, but from time to time I'm shooting into the sun and there's unwanted lens flare that the hood just doesn't quite block. And if I ever lose a lens hood, I think I'd just buy this flex lens shade before a regular old lens hood because it's much more versatile. And that's because you can shape it however you like and it works with practically any lens. It's a nice addition to any gear bag. Whether or not you're doing flash photography, a collapsible reflector like this Westcott 5-in-1 reflector is a must-have. It folds small, but then it pops open 3 times larger. It has a silver, white, and gold surface, so you can bounce light, soften it, or even change its color as you bounce it. And the center panel is a diffuser that allows you to create shade or block harsh direct light. Now, the easiest way to get your reflector to be in the right position is to hire an assistant to hold the reflector for you. Then again, this Impact 3218 multi-boom light stand and reflector holder will stand there and hold your reflector and never complain. It has clips and a boom arm, and you can maneuver your reflector to just about any place you might need it. My last item is actually a collection of 3 things that work great together for anybody who has a speed light and who knows the benefits of taking pictures with a light source that's off the camera. It's an Impact brand LS8A light stand, an Impact umbrella bracket, and an Impact 60-inch convertible umbrella. Just put your umbrella bracket on the light stand and put the umbrella into the angled hole. Be aware that the umbrella should be mounted so that the flash head points right at the middle of your umbrella. Now just put a speed light in place and you have a great light source for taking portraits. I know we went through these things rather quickly, but I can honestly say that these are all products that I'd recommend to friends and things that I'd love to receive as a gift, except for one thing. I already bought each of these for myself. With some great gadgets for the photographer in your life, for Kelby Training and B&H, I'm Larry Becker. Thanks for watching.
For more information, please visit us online, give us a call, or stop by our New York City Superstore. You can also connect with us on the web.